Hello, and welcome back to Where I Play East 1 and 2. The first thing we're going to do is finally deal with Zava. Yep, that's us. Okay, Zava is that one boss for people who have probably just started the game, and that's because of her little helpers here. They can really crowd you and swarm up the arena and even stun lock you if they manage to catch you in their bullet streams. The best way to deal with them is to make sure that they don't actually get on all sides of you and be able to surround you and whatnot. Which, to be honest, is sometimes easier said than done. Every time you defeat a wave of bats, she will summon a new wave that has an extra bat in it, and killing the bats, at least at the start, is the only way to actually deal damage to her. Because she mainly fights through proxies in pretty much all versions of East 1 and 2, the idea to make her a summoner in East Origin is a fairly spot-on one. Once you defeat 3 waves of bats, she will just step out and just shoot wherever she feels like. There is still one bat flying around, but you don't have to deal with it. Just keep on pumping her full of fireballs, and you'll eventually win. That's what you get, Zava, for fighting a Toho player. And here is Maria. No, we're not going until we settle things at the top of the tower. Now, there's no actual timing thing here. It's just when Adol reaches certain areas in the Campanile of Lane that the bells sound in order. That chest behind the force field, we'll be getting that later. For now, we need to stop the bell. Well, hopefully anyway. Alright, Dallas! By the way, even after all of the levels and equipment we've gained, we're still no threat to Dallas. I mean, even mechanically. well. Those of you who have played Ys Origin have probably have noticed that becoming a demonic abomination hasn't actually changed Dallas's personality much. But now we are free to grab the chest. Ah, just what we need. By the way, if you go all the way back down to check on Maria, she is in fact lying still and, you know, all that junk. But at least there are some people we can save. Oh, Black Pearl. And the last person to have the Black Pearl was Tarf. Well, back we go. No, a little further south. Ah, here we go. There you are. This pearl is a bit special. Tarf? What did you do? It's just a little bit important. Yeah, somebody found it. Probably no one friendly. No, wait, I don't need to talk to you at all. How suspicious are we talking here? Dallas? Oh. Yep. Well, if the meeting is over, then that means Dallas probably took it to the meeting room, so we're gonna head over there right now. Hold on, game's acting up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's been so long since I went to the meeting room. And my sense of direction is just messing with me today. Thankfully, it's not as painful to get through here as it used to be. And there it is. Now I just need to take it back to the goddesses, and we can move this train forward. Okay, back up the tower. Ah, magic, the cause of and solution to all of Ys's problems. Well, that and a healthy dose of adult swordsmanship. By the way, you may have noticed I actually gained a few levels in between the previous video and the start of this one. That's because the 5th and 6th bosses require some grinding to get up to a level where you're able to face them off and win. However, anyone who gets into an Ys game is going in expecting some grinding, or at least they should expect it. While the Ys games have varied the gameplay somewhat between installments, grinding has always been a fairly central part, which is okay because the grinding in the Ys series is never especially onerous. Okay. Another level for us, cutting down on our grinding time. Now, the runaways have been de-petrified, but there's someone that I want to see first. Which means going back to the eastern end of the subterranean canal. By the way, another thing you might have noticed when we were back at the bell tower is that the ground actually seemed a lot closer than it did earlier on. This is actually important. Okay, if you'll remember that this is where Sada was. And since everyone's de-petrified, that means he should be free too. Heyo. Yeah, that sounds like Dallas, all right. Yeah, speaking of which, in the bell tower, if you take a look at the altar where Maria was, when you go up there to use the Dreaming Idol to de-stone everyone, her body is missing. And if she was sacrificed, she couldn't have just got up and walked away. Either way, though, Sada is giving us the Claria Sword, the Tier 6 sword. It gives us a pretty huge offensive boost. Big enough, in fact, that we are now technically a threat to Dallas. It very well might. And Lilia has run off again. Oh, hey, Keith. Keith comes through again. While you don't normally have much use for it in this game because of the return magic, remember that wings are items that can warp you out of dungeons. So Keith helped us out with the game mechanics. Anyway, we now have the gold pendant, which means we can now go into the deepest parts of the underground of Ys. However, Sada told us we could get something from his dad if we went back to the village, so let's see if we can't extort a little something from him. Yep, add all the red, not add all the brave. Not add all the quick or anything like that, add all the red. Now remember when I said that if Hadat really wanted to help us, he would give us what was in the chest too? This is why I said that. He had the Claria armor in this house all along. We'll get our hands on the Claria shield eventually. Anyway, the Claria armor is ours. Now let's head back in and use that gold pendant and see exactly where it takes us. After using the heal spot, of course. Now all we need to do is dupe the guards one last time. Oh, you won't have to worry about Dallas for much longer. Oh, wanted to talk to this guy. You bet I am. Yeah, in the Turbo CD version, that guy says, it looks like Mr. Drager got killed. I guess he wasn't so tough after all. In any case, this is the part of the subterranean canal we saw Lilia in that side scene, which by the way only plays if you've beaten this game on hard mode or higher. And here we are. I know who's behind this boss door. The rest of you are going to wait until next time, where I finish I II Chronicles. See you then.